Alright guys, so today we're going to be reacting to Jesse Lee Peterson Savage Moment, part 13. It is easy for me to just stick to one topic. I think Savage Moment has enough clips where I can just react to multiple of them, just be concentrating in one theme rather than just moving around. I think, especially Jesse Lee Peterson, I like him. I don't think he's a troll, he's for real, folks. So let's see what's up with this. So we might need to buckle up for the rest of these clips. So we're just gonna jump in. Let's go.
Are you a Christian? You're not a Christian?
No.
And where do you put yourself as concerning religion?
Maybe I'm multi-religious, if that makes sense.
No.
I am a person who believes in faith and goodness holistically.
Mason, I've noticed that women today, not all, but mostly liberal women, they seem to be, they pretend to be tough, but yet when you see these type of movements, they are saying that they're weak. You know, they need laws, and they accuse men. It's as though they don't know how or have the strength to say no to a man or to walk away. Whereas when I was growing up, women were stronger. And if they didn't want to do anything with you, you knew it. You said, okay, fine. You know, what happened to these women that they're so weak?
Feminism.
That they need to pass laws. They're always complaining. They're starting movements. While yet you hear them say, "Oh, I'm a strong woman. I'm strong. I'm wonderful. it's like they're lying. A lie is in there somewhere, because a strong woman or a strong person wouldn't be crying and passing laws and trying to hurt other people. They would defend themselves. They would go on with life because life offers so many challenges. Are they weak or are they strong? I don't know what they are and what they want. And it's mostly liberal women, feminist kind of
There you
people.
go, I told you.
We have found that it actually takes great strength to come forward to tell your story. And
it doesn't take much strength to do that.
It does.
It takes strength to say, hey, guy, I don't want to have sex with you. Leave me alone.
There were plenty of white, privileged oppressors.
And there you go. This is the problem right here. This is the problem right here. You see how racist these people are?
That took advantage of the system to continue to abuse and oppress African Americans who are great contributors of society.
When did that happen and when?
All throughout history, as soon as white people started going to Africa and pulling people against their will onto slave ships.
That didn't happen. That's a made-up lie. The blacks were sold to the Arabs by other blacks, elitist black, rich blacks, kings, and then those Arabs took them to other parts of the world and sold them. The white man didn't just go to Africa to get some Negroes.
If the white man would just go to Africa, they will die because their body was not equipped to just resist malaria and all those diseases, especially in those rivers. No, their immune system was not built for it.
That was made up.
Either way, they were sold against their will. A human being is not to be bought or sold. They're not a commodity.
But it wasn't about a so-called white privileged male.
Okay, let's substitute the word white for Arab then.
No, yeah, it was
That's fine.
The Arabs who did it. And yes, maybe that was wrong, but the white man didn't do it. So likewise,
but it was still wrong.
It's such a very interesting point you're making, because likewise, these liberal women, they could be making up lies too, just like you thought that was the truth. They could be pushing a lie as well with a hidden agenda. Is that possible?
No.
Do you consider yourself a feminist?
I consider myself a human being.
How about a feminist?
I consider myself a human being.
How about a feminist?
I consider myself a human being.
I can see that you're a human being, but do you consider yourself a feminist?
It's a good question. That's something that's been asked of me quite a lot recently.
Sure, yeah.
Just say yes or no. You know why she don't want to say yes or no? Because she knows that the word feminist is demonized. She's afraid to admit that she is.
And what is feminism?
Okay. Well, feminism is a movement both socially and anthropologically in recent modern history, although it has existed previously throughout civilization, in many cultures. when, whereas it's concerned for women's rights, whether that's equality or education or the right to work or reproductive rights, and that happens through social activism, through lawmaking, education, so on and so forth. My definition, I think a feminist, in its most fundamental, just so we're clear,
Right.
the most fundamental, simplest form is somebody that looks at a woman and goes, hey, you're cool.
Bro, she said that. Someone that look for on a feminist and tell them, "Hey, you're cool, really, really, really." Oh my
That's a
God.
very interesting statement. And so I need a short answer.
Okay.
I've never asked anyone this before. How does a man look at a woman and not think she's attractive and think sex? How is that possible?
They just they make a choice not to do it.
But it's okay for men to look at women and go, yeah.
I think any man
Mamma
that says
mia.
that they, if
Hola.
any man says that they don't do that
Right.
in their head, they're probably lying.
Yeah.
Probably.
And women too, right?
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
a human thing.
Are feminists in competition with men? Yes or no?
Some of them are, some of them aren't.
I got that
is-
impression from those godless women at the Golden Globe Award that they were in competition with men.
Some of them are, some of them aren't.
Do you love men?
Do I love men?
Uh-huh.
I do.
You know.
I do.
And what is love?
Gotcha. Gotcha. You didn't even know.
I think that
You don't know.
what is human?
Do you just use love? You say yes, I love, but you are attracted to men. See, but you put the word love because the word love has so much emotional connection. You just use it.
Love? Like what is love between two people?
No, just what is love? A woman accused a man of sexual assault.
Mm-hmm.
Should we just take her word at it or just hear her out but wait until the evidence presents itself?
I think, well, I mean, being the founder of the I Believe You project, our aim is to have belief be the default position for all survivors of sexual violence.
Before the proof?
I think that it's important
Communist
that
people,
we hear
man.
them out. It is what is
But
not okay.
believe it though, right?
There are countless women and men who have brought forth proof to
men said
community
nobody.
leaders, the system, law enforcement, whatever, and they are disbelieved regardless of the
Well,
proof.
that's a different story. But just because someone
You see
said,
how she moved the goalpole? You see that? You notice? She was just going down a rabbit hole. The more I think about Jesse Lee Peterson, he's not dumb.
it,
He's not
should we
trolled.
believe them just because they said it?
I think it's worth reserving judgment.
I have a friend. I have a lot of friends. I think.
Trump has. Do you think that Trump tells lies, blatant lies?
Do you see that the president is more transparent than any president or administration in recent history?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely
And how
not.
is he not transparent?
Well, why doesn't he own up to the Stormy Daniels story if he's transparent?
That's dumb, man. Don't go there. I mean, give me something
I'm asking.
real.
That's a question. That's a personal thing.
Give me
And
something
it's,
real.
and it's based in truth somewhere.
Give
Why
me-
doesn't he just own the truth of it?
That's shallow. I'm not going there with you. That's shallow.
Yeah,
Give
it's
me
like
something.
it's basically like these same people that criticize Trump. It's like, man, but you look at your candidates, man. Okay, let's say Trump is the worst president ever. He's so bad. Okay, where's your moral judgment to say something like that when you have these Democrat sleazy politicians, man? They're just, man, they have so much corruption. And let's start with Biden. Ukraine, his son, right? Laundering money through the Bank of Ukraine. I mean, it's so obvious, man. It's just, and these people. This is the problem with the country. The problem with the country is not Trump, right? It's that there's some one sector of the world of the United States that is not holding their politicians accountable. Listen, as a right, I'm mostly right wing, right? Very conservative. You know, I'm all about competition and competitiveness and the Constitution. And I don't like the Republicans, man. I can hold Republicans accountable. I don't like liars. I don't like liar, incompetent people, sleazy politicians. I don't like it. Man, talk with a Democrat and tell them to just say the same things for Democrats. They can't. They can't. So we have one sector of the political aisle that is not doing his diligence to just hold their own politicians accountable. So what happens? Well, we're in a position where it's all about powers. There's no more standing, so it comes down to who has the power.
Why is it shallow?
You have people like this calling
speaks
the
about
show.
his character, though.
What does that have to do with the president in
How
the
is
White
he the
House
light
now?
when his character is in question? How is he the
His
light?
character is not in question.
I'm questioning his character. These
Because-
are questions he hasn't answered.
And the reason you're doing that because you are a member of the family of the children of the lie. Are you a Christian?
I believe in God, yes.
Are you a Christian?
I believe in God.
Are you a
I don't
Christian?
think God.
You see, there you go. That's the wizardry.
I don't think God intended for us to have identities that said we're specifically what
Christian, you believe
He
in
wants
Christ.
us to be. I don't think He wants us to be called Christian or Jewish
Patrick.
or Buddhist or anything. He wants
Patrick.
us to believe in Him. So,
Are you a Christian?
I believe in God. Yeah,
I didn't ask that. I asked, are you a Christian?
I believe in God.
You're not going to answer that question?
Well, I don't know I don't know what a Christian is. I grew up in Christian church. I'll tell you that.
But let me
Now,
ask, are you a Christian?
Who, me?
No, you.
I don't know if I can identify like that.
Bro, Christian is someone that believes in Christ. Simple as that. Someone that believes in Christ.
Because
Patrick,
in my eyes, Christianity has done a lot of harm.
Patrick,
as well as good.
are you a Christian?
I don't think so.
Patrick, are you a Christian?
I don't think so.
You can't answer yes or no?
I'm not sure. That's for me and God to figure out once I meet God. We'll figure that out.
Can't make
This is
stuff up.
insane. You realize you sound insane right now, right?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I told you I grew up in a Christian church. I know exactly what Christianity is.
But
That's why I question
how do
whether I'm a
you
Christian or
know?
not.
How do you know what Christianity is when you don't know if you're one or not?
Well, I'll tell you this. My
If
father,
you know
I
what
consider my father
it
to be
is, if
I
you
consider
know
my father
what
to be a great Christian.
Christianity is, then you would know if you're one or not. So it doesn't make sense.
Then I'm not. I'll say I'm not.
Okay.
You're not a Christian. Why is that so hard to say?
Yeah.
Well, because the reason I say that I'm not is
Why is so hard to say that, man? Why you say that? Yeah, you full of guilt or something, man?
because I don't think I live up to the parameters of what a really good Christian
But you
is.
still should know if you're one or not. The answer is yes or no.
No. Then I'll say
Yeah,
no.
there you go.
Amazing.
We move forward.
Patrick, I
We move
appreciate your
forward.
call. Hello?
That's all?
Yeah.
That's all?
Yeah, because your mind is blocked. You
No,
can't
it's not
see.
blocked, Jesse. I'm trying to talk to you in
No, you're
reasonable
not.
terms.
No. You're not trying to be reasonable at all. Your mind is blocked. You're an Obama fan.
No. I'm
You
asking
are a
questions about
Trump hater.
No.
And you're a beta male.
You're perpetuating racism, Jesse.
No, I'm not. How
You
am I-
call Trump the great white hope.
He is.
Don't you understand what that says to people?
What does that say?
Well, when you don't understand what that says.
What does it say? No, I don't.
Listen,
I don't
Jesse,
understand what that says to people.
I'm going to say one
I
thing.
don't
in closing.
understand what that says to people. What does it say?
Well, it sounds like you have a little self-hatred going on.
When I call the president the great white hope?
Well, when you give him more light than you give yourself, yeah.
But I'm not the president. He's the president. I'm talking about
That
him.
means nothing. We're all human beings. It means nothing.
So what does it say to you when I call the president the great white hope?
Well, it implies a certain negativity that you may not be thinking about.
And what's
Okay.
that negativity?
What negativity?
Well, look, whether you want to admit it or not, America The great country of America was
What's
built on the
that
foundation of
negativity
racism.
that you get when I call the president the great white
The
hope?
great country of America was built on the foundation of racism. Of
That's not true. That's a
skin color
lie.
racism.
That's a lie.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's really a lie.
How
Man,
is
these
that?
people
When we
believe
were
that,
enslaved, the
bro.
white men weren't.
You were never enslaved.
My people were.
You were not enslaved. That's a lie. When were you enslaved?
Where was I enslaved?
Yes.
Personally?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jesse, I'll tell you this. When I grew up in
When
my
were
house,
you enslaved?
He's not dumb, though. He's not dumb, folks. He's not.
my parents never taught us about racism. They
I
never
gotta
taught
go.
us that
Thank
we
you,
were.
Patrick. What an idiot.
Okay, now,
So are you saying that the president is wrong for putting up a wall around the border?
Yes, I feel he's definitely wrong for that.
Why he
for the
wrong? Why is he wrong for that?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm from upstate New York, Utica, New York, to be exactly. Like I said, I'm biracial. My mother's white, father's black.
Wow.
Now I'm from Utica, New York, which is a melting pot of
Bro, what that has to do with the question, man?
people. When I say it's literally,
Why is
it's
the
80
president wrong for putting a wall around the border to stop people from just coming in?
because this country was built on nothing but immigrants.
That's not
In
true.
my city alone,
And when you really understand the Democrats, they're so good at language. Legal immigrants. Legal immigrants. You know the difference? Legal and illegal? Oh, you mean that someone can just come through your door with no permission? Come on, bro.
have 87% of people pretty much that is a melting pot.
Were those immigrants illegal?
I get, yeah, majority of them was coming from Ellis Island and back in, yeah, definitely. And
They
you could-
came
I could get
into the
proof to show
country.
proof.
No.
They came into the country illegally.
Many of them did. You got many of them that came under, you got many of them that crossed into this country
Amazing.
back in the days when immigration, these are the people that built this country.
The country had already been built before those people came. That's why they were able to come, because the country was.
If anything, they
the
need,
country.
listen,
No. Hold on. The country was already here. You know who the Great White Hope is, right?
The Great White. Do I know who that is?
Uh-huh.
Like Larry Bird?
Oh, that was a good one. That's a good one. My God, man, I love this. It has everything. It has liberal craziness, wizardry. It has everything. I love these compilations, man. I'm gonna stick for them with it for now, man, because I think it's something that I really like and enjoy. Right, the news are already kind of crazy. There's a lot of misinformation going on. I just want to make sure that I can just stick with something. I think Jesse Lee for now, since sounds like a good, for now. I'm gonna do a couple Thomas Sowell as well, and just keep it like that. There's a lot of things going on. Like Jesse Lee, Kerry Lake, Trump, and I cannot follow that stuff, man. It's just too much, bro. It's too much. I'm just gonna keep myself into laughing a little bit. Jordan Peterson, Thomas Sowell, just keeping things nice and clean. But man, Jesse Lee Peterson, hey, shout out to him. He's doing a good job. Love him. I will see you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.